Hi everyone, my name is Chang and this week's topic is language thought and representation. Before starting the video, I would like to start with my outline. So first things first, we have Sasher's theory and the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis. One language, many words. For my opinion, that part was so interesting and fun. And for ending the video, I would like to talk about the interesting parts of that week's topic and my favorite parts and what I like the most. So let's get started. Fisher's theory. So he's basically advocating the fact that everything's made of signs in a language. Language is a system of signs, and we have three main components: sign, signifier, and signified. Signifier is the physical form, and signified is the mental concept that consists of our brains and our imagination. So, a signifier, the form which the sign takes, and signified is the concept it represents in our minds. If we take a linguistic example, the word open, let's talk about that word. A sign consisting of a signifier, the word open, a signified concept that the shop is open for business. So this is not a physical form, this is just something represents the word open. Am I right? So let's make it more clear with that example. We have a tree here. It's big, it's green and more. And I'm seeing that tree with my eyes and I can touch it. And the signifier is the physical form. Letters, icons, sounds. I'm pronouncing it tree. This is the signifier. And the signified is the mental concept, a real life tree or a tree which I see it in my dream, for example. And we can continue. Sapir-Whorf theory. He says that his hypothesis proposed that language strongly influences or even fully determines an individual's worldview and mindset. I am definitely ag agreed with him. Definitely. So I have that example. What I'm seeing here, or I am asking you what you are seeing here. So, as a Turk, is it possible for me to see a crescent moon because this symbol is holy for our nationality? We have it in our flags. But my name is Jansu and this is my first letter of my name. So I can see a C letter here. Or for a Muslim, this crescent moon is also holy for them and he just or she just see that as a crescent moon, but it can change, it can vary according to other religions, other people, other nationalities, or just individual things. For example, as I said, this is my first letter and I love seeing the C letter, so it can change according to very reasons. One language, many words, and I'm checking my notes here. Learning a language allows us to think and perceive from different perspectives. So, in Turkish, we have that word bir lisan, bir insan, and when we learn a language, we just know other people, we can talk with native people, and we are just, we're not just learning their language, we're learning their culture, we're learning their the part where they live, and we expose to that culture and we can perceive things from another and new perspective. So it's just an amazing thing to having a bilingual or multilingual person because new perspective and you can just think about a new language. Sometimes we just forget that meaning of in Turkish and we just remember it in English because we sometimes talk, not just talking, think in English. So another perspective, and as I said, culture is so important. If I'm learning Spanish, I'm not just learning Spanish. This is not just hola, ¿cómo estás? No, I am exposing to that Latin culture and their what is special for them and their everything. So not that language. And we can read in another languages as we can see here from that picture, and so many new people, so many new experiences with them. Okay. Interesting parts, and I love that part in my friend's video. He says, she says, sorry, what was that? In Eskimo language, there is dozens of words for the word snow, but no word for camel. And in Arabic, there are many words for camel, but no word for snow. And it's rarely encountered because Eskimos, they don't see any camel around and they don't need to find a word for that animal. And in Arabic culture, they literally cannot see any snow. And they just shape their language, their vocabulary according to their needs. So there's no need to find a word for snow in Arabic because it's just not necessary. And I love that because as the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis says, it can change according to where you live, your family, your environments, your individual things. So that was interesting. And I would like to say something about one language, many words too. So it can change according to where did you learn from that language or who did you teach that language, because you can learn it. For example, I am so close with someone who's native in English and we're best friends and we're teenagers at the same time. So I will expose to that street language. So it's not like when I'm reading an academical text, I cannot understand some words or some grammatical concepts, but I just can talk like a native when I go to New York or something like that because I learned it from a native and I just learned that street daily English. But if I learned it for academical purposes and I learned academic language, it can also vary and it can cause another ways to learn that language. So this was another thing about one language, many words, and it's also interesting for me because the grammatical rules never change, but how you understand the language is changing from where did you learn that language and who did you teach that language. Sometimes we learn it from games, sometimes we just learn it from series, sometimes we just um, need a teacher to teach us, so it can vary. And that was also interesting for me, and that was all for me for this week. Thank you so much for listening to me and have a great day.